Next step, now I will be making the actuator. So what we have left, we have the actuator, we have the top beam, we have the hydraulic jack, the top steel beam, and we are done. I'm gonna start with the I-beams. Let's do the I-beams, the top one and the small one. What we can do, actually, we can draw one of them and then scale it to the larger one, but we can always do them separately. Okay, so what we can do in this case, let's look at this face. We will go back to the main view. Okay, and then look at the front so I can draw the I-beam section. What is the I-beam section size? You can always look at this. We can feel that it's larger than the wall beam. I mean, we can say it's not exactly this one. No, let's scale it so I can just see how much I have here and make a larger beam. For example, this beam. Yeah, but see, I can do any 2D drawings in this face because I need to select. Yeah, now it's working. I mean, I can, if it's not working in the 2D, I can always go to the front. I mean, it's not just the front. I mean, when we have this face, we can look at the cube. We can look at the cube, we have the front. So here we can come and select the front if it's not working in the 2D face. And now we can work with the front side of our model. Okay, so we will do this I-beam. I'm gonna make it larger. I feel this size is reasonable. Even I can reduce it a little bit. Let's do scaling by 80%. Okay, I feel this will work. We have this I-beam. What we do now, we will do the command of offset. Okay. So now this is the I-beam that I need to do. I'm gonna do another. I'm gonna draw the web. I will make it 5 from this side and 5 from this side. I need to do the stiffness. I'm gonna do everything at once. Before doing the stiffness, let's just get done with the I-beam. This is the I-beam. And then again, I'm gonna select all and then join. Select it and change the layer. And we can do the stiffness like this. What we can do with the stiffness, we can make them like chamfered. I think we can do that using a command here. Let me check. Yeah, we can select this command, or we can always do, we can simply do this line and then rotate it by 45 degrees, move it to any side like this. And we can do a mirror like this. So this is the stiffener. Again, we will join this stiffener, bring it back to its right position. Now we can look at the 3D and then we extrude. How much we need to extrude? Let's move this beam to the beginning of the wall like this. But before going into this, let's look at the picture. We can see this beam is extending a little bit beyond the wall. So I will select this beam. What I need to check the distance between the end of the wall and this wall. How can I do that? Actually, I need to look at this side. Maybe I can draw a line from here. Yeah, actually, what can I do? The problem with this, sometimes you cannot grip, but we can use lines at any location in order to check the distance. So the question now, if I move this way, for example, let's say 300, and now I need to extrude this beam and make it touching this wall. So I can do extrude this I-beam up till this face. So if I do this, I can always trim the beam at the face of the wall. So if we need to understand how much we need to extend this beam, we have two options. We can extend it as much as we can, and then we need to slice it at the face of this wall. So what to do? We'll draw polyline on this wall, like creating a face that we will use to slice this beam. Then we will go to the command slice, enter, select the I-beam, and then select planar object. I can select this 2D. As we can see, the beam now is divided into two parts. I will delete the extra one and I will keep the beam that we need. Then we have the stiffeners. What we can do with the stiffeners, let's look at the picture here. Yeah, we can see the first stiffener is, let's say, at a distance of 300 or something. But what can I do? I need actually I need to move the beam a little bit up so I can put the hydraulic jack and whatever. I'm gonna make it 500. Just one thing to mention here, that I wanna put a stiffener at the center of the wall, as we can see from the picture. Let's say this stiffener must be at the center of this wall. What to do? First thing, I'm gonna extrude this stiffener in 220, for example, and I will I'm gonna select this, just change the color. I extrude this this stiffener, and I need to do mirror. Yeah, to do mirror, I have to look at this location or whatever location I can look at this and do mirror in 2D. I don't need to go to 3D mirror. So I have this stiffener. I'm gonna move it. First thing, I'm gonna move it to the center. How to do that? I can move it to the center, but I need to know the center of this. For example, I have this line, and then I can draw another line, for example, at the center of this, and then move it 520, I think. If we have it at this location, then I think, how can we know it's at the right position? We can always check from the sides. As we can see, we need to move it by 20, I think. Yeah. No, I think it's just 10, the tangent. Okay, then we can move these stiffeners. For example, we can move this and this from here up to this point on this line. Just we need to make it perpendicular to that line. Okay, let's rotate and see what we have here. This is the first stiffener. I just made sure that it's located at the center of this wall. I can now replicate this I-beam. So now I want to work at the right side. I can go to the right, select this, copy this way. For example, I'm going to make it spaced at 300. Yeah, I think 300 is somehow similar to what they have here in the picture. Then I can copy. I can do select displacement from here. No, I can actually select this. If I just want to replicate this, I can simply do this 300, 600, 900, 120, or 1200, and that's it. Maybe we can add one more at the end if we want to do that. 280, I think. Yeah. One command that we can use is the array command. I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna select this command because I don't need in two directions. I just need it to be in one direction. So when I copy this, I will select the objects, and then I'm gonna select the point where I wanna start copying this element from. Then I will make as you can see here, we can click on array, and then how many items. Let's say I need to use 6 items, and this is the direction I'm selecting at. We can look that we have, so if we need to fit, then we should select the last point we want to put the last stiffener at. For example, this one. Let's look at this in 3D, but the problem, I selected 2 different points. So in 3D, it's better to use just the normal copying, but we can, before copying this, actually we can select this is the line that I will be fitting those stiffeners to. So when I do copy, and then I'm gonna start selecting the point where to hold this stiffener, and then I will click on array, how many, I need 5 for example, and I'm gonna fit into my line that I have already put here. So now we have the stiffness that I need. We can do more, 5 aren't enough, but that's enough for now. We can now look at the realistic. What can I see that I need just to change the beam color? I'm gonna put the same color for both of them. If I select shaded with edges, it's gonna be more clear. We need just now to establish the small beam, the small loading beam, and the hydraulic jack, the loading plate, and the actuator, and that's it. The same way we can do the small I-beam. I think the small I-beam look like smaller than the beam of the wall, so I can do, I'm gonna make it, yeah, I will select the front. I'm gonna make it, let's say 40 by 40, I think. No, let's scale it up to 2. It's gonna be 80 by 80, okay. And then we can do offset of 10, but that is too much. Let's make it 5. Another line here for the web. Again, I will move the web to the center by 2.5. We need stiffeners again. We need this line. Okay, let's just copy the properties so I have the steel like this. What is the length of this beam? I'm gonna estimate this based on the depth of this one is 200. I think it can be 150. Let's make it 150. Select this one and this one. I think 150 will be enough. Yeah, sorry, no, this is the depth, not the length. The length is 640. Let's make it maybe this. And we can extrude the stiffeners. I think 20 will be fine. Now let's make it 10. Copy one to the end. Another one to the center. Maybe we can add one more here. We can always copy this, for example. I'm gonna pick it from the center, and then I will select mid between 2 points. Yeah, I need to select this. See, copy the center of the stiffener, and then shift right click mid between 2 points. I can select this point and this point. Now it's located at the center. Select it again, copy from this corner to this corner. Now I have all stiffness for this beam. Again, make it steel parts, and then we can move it to the center of this wall by first I'm gonna put this line so I can know where's the center. Then we can move it here. How can we do that? Let's draw another line here. Like this. So now we can copy from this line to that line. From the center of this line, we will look into the center of this line. Yeah, now they are exactly at the center. Yeah, that's the beam that we need. And let's look at the realistic. Yeah. So this is the loading beam. What I need to do now? I just need to do the loading plate. Let's say the loading plate. If I wanna work. Yeah, I'm gonna select this. If I wanna do this plate, let's say 500 by 500. Yes. So this is gonna be my loading plate. I just need to move it to the center of this beam. Again, I'm gonna click on shift and then between 2 points, select this first point and this second point. I think it should be here. Yes. So this is the loading plate I need. I will make it like 50. Yes, again, move it up to this point. How can I exactly put it at the bottom of that beam? I can move it into this direction by, I think, 360 maybe. Yes, now as we can see, it's touching. I need to move, yeah, I need to move everything here. Yeah, see, one of the things that we need to do, for example, let's say this beam is final and its stiffeners are fine. I just simply merge everything from this. So when I deal with it, it's just one unit. I can move it as one unit. And even when we look at the realistic shape, we can see it's complete one unit. Again, I'm gonna move this down because the jack will look longer than the picture, so I can just simply move it, maybe by 100. So now we are almost done just moving this I-beam a little bit. I think we need to move it a little bit. Let's look at this. Yeah, we can look and see how far we are. No, I feel the hydraulic jack is very small, so I can just simply move this maybe by 100 more. Maybe I can move it a little bit by 50. Yeah, so now we can do the hydraulic jack. I can just, for example, I'm gonna draw a line here so I can know the center of this plate. So we need to draw a circle on this, but as we can see, we need to look at the right view to draw this circle. What is the radius of this circle? Let's make it 30. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. And then we can simply extrude it up to this face. But I'm gonna select mid between 2 points. Select this and this. And here we go. This is the hydraulic jack. I think they have like small piece here, so we can do this. What is the depth of this one? I'm gonna make it 100 and move it by 22.5, and I will draw another circle on this. I'm gonna make the radius at this time 25, and then we can extrude it into 22.5. And let's look at this hydraulic jack. Okay, so now it looks similar to that one. We can even draw the exact dimension in case we need. I can do one more layer actually for jacks. Let's change the color into this green one. Again, select the jacks. Okay. I feel that the plate is very large, so I can replace this plate with a smaller one. How can we do that? We can draw another plate. Let's say instead of 500, I'm gonna make it 250 by 250. Yeah, let's make it 250. So this is the plate that I need. Let's do the depth of 40. Remove this one. Move this one from the center. Shift between 2 points, this one and this one, and place it on this. Let's look at the front. We can see there is 10 millimeter, 10 units gap. Look at the front again. Move this by 10 to touch the beam. Move this again by 10 and increase the depth of this one by 10. Move it again to the top by 10. Okay. Now I feel it's inside, so we can move it, I think, by 5, 2.5 maybe. Yeah. So this is not 20, it's just 20. And actually I can make it 10 and move it upward by 10, increase this to 120. But as we can see here, we need just to move it again up. Right. Another look at this. You can see the plate now is reasonable and it's working. So now we are done with the large parts. What I have left is the actuator and some rods connecting stuff together.